If you want to learn how to make a shaker card, stay tuned and I'll show you the steps. Hi, this is Sage Kimball and I'm the Mad Stamper with another technique video for card makers and paper crafters. Shaker cards are fun to make and even more fun to receive. Follow these easy steps for great results every time. I've already prepared the card front. First, you'll need to cut out a shape. I used the outline of a star from the Starlight Thinlet set from Stampin' Up. Be sure to leave plenty of room on all sides, as you'll need space for the foam on the back side. I like to stamp on the front before I add the shaker pieces, but because I'm using craft foam under the entire piece, I could stamp after it's built. The card front is 4 by 5 1/4. You'll need a piece of window sheet that is large enough to cover the cutout shape with extra room for the adhesive. This piece is 3 3/4 by 4 1/2. You'll also need a piece of craft foam that's about 1/8 of an inch smaller in each dimension than the cardstock. I like the thicker craft foam. This is about 1/8 of an inch thick, rather than the smaller pieces that are only 1/16. You'll also need a piece of cardstock for the back of the piece, and I'm using a piece of silver foil. Before I add the window sheet to the back of this, I need to trace around the cutout on the piece of craft foam. I'll set this aside for a minute and add the window sheet to the back of the cardstock. I've already added tear and tape adhesive to the window sheet, and now I'll remove the liners and adhere it behind the star. Okay, now I need to cut the foam. So what I want to do is cut a shape that's larger than the outline I drew, so that none of the white craft foam is going to show. I start by poking a hole in the center, and then I'll cut around the image without cutting through the foam near the edges. And it really helps me to have this second line to use as a guide. Otherwise, I tend to get it too small and it shows. Okay, here's my star. So when I line the foam up with the edges of the cardstock, that looks pretty good. The next step is to add some liquid adhesive around the foam and then spread it with my finger. Since I don't like glue on my fingers very much, I'm using this little finger cot. You can use Tombow or something like this multimedia matte glue, which I like because it dries clear. So I just add some to my waterproof craft sheet and I'll start spreading it around the star outline. I want a nice thin layer so it won't squeeze out. I'm also going to add some tear and tape adhesive to the corners, just so that my layers are well secured. And now I'll adhere this on top of the window sheet. And I see a little glue has squeezed out here and here, so I'm going to clean that up. Now I like to put some weight on this for a few minutes. So the next step is to fill the outline with whatever your shaker card is going to hold. Now I'm going to add adhesive the same way I did to the other side of the foam and cover it with the silver foil, like so. First I'll add the liquid glue, then some tear and tape. Now I'll remove the liners and add the sheet of foil. I'll put some weight on this for a couple of minutes to make sure I get a good bond. So that's it. Now I can adhere this to my card front and add whatever sentiment I want to the inside of the card, and I'm finished. Thanks for watching. Please like this video, share it with your friends, and leave me a comment. For more inspiration and instructions, be sure to sign up for my newsletter at www.stampingmadly.com. And don't miss another great video. Subscribe to the Mad Stamper YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button now.